What is up, guys? Rick Kakis here. Thank you so much for stopping by, and today we are going to be showcasing the brand new Trials of Osiris weapons just added into Destiny 2 with Season of the Chosen, examining the stats and the perks of these weapons to determine their PvP and PvE god rolls so you guys know what to look out for and what to farm for. But here's the thing. This is a lot more of an important video than most people realize. Unfortunately, it doesn't have exotic glitch or secret exotic in the title, so no one's gonna click it, but seriously, I don't think people know, and Bungie didn't do a great job of communicating just how different the Trials loot pool is this time around. If you think that they're just adding 3 new weapons, you're wrong, because they're actually taking out the sniper rifle as well as the auto rifle and the scout rifle. If you go and look in the collections, those weapons have the old symbols, whereas the other 3 weapons have the new updated Season of the Chosen symbols, and according to the database, they are getting reissued with all new perks. So we have 3 new weapons and 3 completely reissued weapons with brand new rolls. It's basically like 6 brand new weapons being introduced for Trials. Yeah, it's a lot of info, so let's get started. First off, we have an icon returning from Destiny 1, the Messenger Legendary Kinetic Pulse Rifle. Looking at the stats, this belongs to the high impact frame archetype, so slow firing but high damage, capable of a 2 burst kill in PvP. Looking at the perks, we have the normal assortment of the first 2 columns. I'm going for ricochet rounds for the biggest boost to range and stability, and then in that first perk tier, we do have some great options. Rapid Hit, where rapid precision hits will increase your stability and reload speed, or Killing Wind to give you more mobility, range, and handling after getting a kill, Outlaw to boost your reload, all 3 would be decent. Then in that second category, we have, your eyes are not deceiving you, Desperado. This originally came with the Redrix's Claymore and Broadsword pinnacle weapons. This is the first time ever we're seeing it on a normal legendary weapon. So this is incredibly unique, and what it does is that when you reload after a precision final blow, you increase your rate of fire, therefore dramatically increasing your time to kill. We also have One for All, so hitting 3 separate targets gives you a damage boost, and Headseeker, which can help guarantee those 2 burst kills in PvP, and then Kill Clip for a damage bonus after reloading. Now, as for that gaudy roll, I'm definitely going for, firstly, Rapid Hit. I think that boost to stability and reload, and remember, with a pulse rifle, 1 burst gets you ×3 rapid hit. That's pretty darn good. Or potentially Killing Wind. I do love Killing Wind on the Cold Denial, and it's gonna be great here too. But then I'm going for, it's gotta be Desperado. There's other pulse rifles in the game, and they don't have Desperado, so that is really the unique factor of this weapon. However, honestly, Headseeker or Kill Clip would be good as well, and then One for All for PvE. I feel like not getting that damage bonus until hitting the 3rd guy means that I would rather go for Kill Clip for my damage bonus. But it's time to move on from there to the Igneous Hammer Legendary Energy Hand Cannon. Now, looking at the stats, this belongs to the 120 aggressive frame archetype, and this is an extremely meta archetype for PvP right now. The thing is, there are very little energy versions of this. There's a Gambit one that was also introduced, and then this one. So the stats are also pretty darn good for this archetype. And looking at the perks here, again, we have the normal assortment in the first 2 categories. Then in that first perk slot, we have some good choices. Quick Draw for just a snappier roll, Killing Wind again here, and Outlaw and Rapid Hit for those faster reloads. In that second column, we do have Rampage for a damage boost after getting a kill, One for All again for PvE, and then Snapshot if you really want that very agile, snappy roll. In fact, the roll of Quick Draw plus Snapshot sights is going to be something people are going after. But if I'm going to pick a PvP god roll, I think it's going to be Killing Wind or one of either the two reload increasing perks, and then combining that with good old Rampage. 120s really benefit from a damage increase that Rampage can provide to let them two-shot kill to the head, which makes your time to kill insane. Now for PvE, you want a reload increasing perk and then a damage increasing perk, either Rampage or One for All. Moving on from there, we have the Solas Scar legendary power sword. Now, looking at the stats here, this actually belongs to the caster frame sword archetype. This was just introduced with Season of Arrivals, and this is the second ever one in the game. This actually lets you, when you use your heavy sword attack, shoot out a spinning projectile that can hit enemies very far away, so it gives your sword some ranged capabilities. Now looking at the perks here, we have the normal assortment of edges. You always want the ones that give you more damage pretty much, guards as well. The first perk category, we do have Tireless Blade for more sword ammo on every other powered sword kill, and then Relentless Strikes for sword ammo back on light attacks this time, as well as energy transfer. But really you're going for just one of the first two, depending on whether you want to light attack all the time or be spamming those heavy ranged attacks. Then in the second perk category, we have a lot of the usual suspects, with the one interesting part here being Chain Reaction. This is the first time we're seeing this on a sword. What it does is that each final blow with this weapon creates an elemental damage explosion. Chain Reaction is absolutely incredible with the new Ritual Grenade Launcher, and with this sword it could be very good. Not only are you smacking enemies and causing them to explode, potentially killing more enemies nearby, but again you have that ranged attack. You can sail into a group of enemies and then you're going to cause a bunch of them to explode and harm each other. And so to me, I think the PvE god roll, or at least the very unique roll for this weapon, is going to be Tireless Blade combined with Chain Reaction, and you're basically using this sword like a rocket launcher, and what's more fun than that? However, you could go with some more traditional perks. Thresh to get your super back is going to be good, Vorpal Weapon to do more damage against bosses is going to be good, and either On Guard or Assassin's Blade to give you damage boosts is going to be fine as well. But moving on from there, we get to the reissued weapons. So firstly, we have the Astral Horizon Legendary Kinetic Shotgun. This is an iconic weapon. It is an aggressive frame shotgun, which is the best archetype for PvP. But looking at the perks, the thing that stands out right away is that Quick Draw is gone. That's right, it appears the reissued Astral Horizon cannot get Quick Draw, and of course, Quick Draw combined with Opening Shot last time was the absolute best roll out there for PvP. This time around, you are still going for full choke or rifled barrel for maximum range, obviously accurate rounds for, again, more range, and then in that first category, you simply do not have a lot of good options. Basically, your best one for PvP would be, maybe something like Pulse Monitor to automatically reload it, or Dual Loader to reload 2 shells at a time. But this is definitely a massive disappointment for PvP players. As for the PvE role, you could actually go for something like Autoloading Holster, which is pretty good there, or honestly Lead from Gold to get ammo a lot more regularly if you're speccing into a heavy weapon, combined with Trench Barrel is here for a lot more damage, as well as Demolitionist is a PvE all-star as well. But moving on from there, we have the Exiles Curse Legendary Energy Fusion Rifle. So this belongs to the high impact frame archetype, so highest damage, slowest charge time. But looking at the perks, we actually have some really interesting options this time around. In that first category, quick draw could be very good with this fusion rifle, just being able to whip it out really fast and start charging right away. Then we also have slide shot, which is going to partially reload the magazine and temporarily boost range and stability when you slide. Killing wind could be very good as well. But in that second perk category, we actually have a brand new perk for fusion rifles called Kickstart. Gain bonus damage and charge rate during a slide after sprinting for a short duration. So you simply sprint and then slide around the corner and get those benefits from Kickstart, and that could be very good in PvP. And if you are going for that, it is an absolute wombo combo with Slide Shot. So I'm definitely going for Slide Shot plus Kickstart for that awesome just slide around everywhere, get huge bonuses roll. I think that's definitely what makes this fusion rifle unique. However, you could also go for high impact reserves. Remember, in PvP, you only start with like 2 rounds in the magazine. Well, that's automatically going to trigger high impact reserves for a damage bonus, which is pretty darn good. But moving on from there, the last weapon we're looking at today is the Tomorrow's Answer Legendary Power Rocket Launcher. So looking at the stats, this belongs to the high impact frame archetype, so slowest firing, but the most damage and the biggest blast radius importantly. And then looking at those perks, it's got some brand new ones this time around. So firstly, it can get impact casing, more damage on direct hits, great for PvE, or it could get black powder for more of a blast radius, or high velocity rounds for more velocity. Both of those are good in PvP. Then in that first perk tier, it can get tracking modules. Some people swear by tracking, especially in PvP. And a new one is Impulse Amplifier. Massively increases projectile velocity, increases reload speed. So if you get high velocity rounds plus pulse amplifier, you're gonna have a rocket that just yeets and goes super fast, but also has essentially the maximum blast radius you can get. That's pretty darn insane. But we also have auto-loading holster and ambitious assassin PvE all-stars. Then in that second category, we do have cluster bomb for just more damage with more explosions. Chain reaction is back. And then we have a brand new one, lasting impression. Rockets attach on impact and detonate after a delay. Increases blast radius and damage. So that is definitely a great PvE perk. And I think the PvE god roll is going to be impact casing plus either auto-loading holster or ambitious assassin combined with lasting impression or cluster bomb. But for that PvP god roll, honestly going for high velocity rounds, impulse amplifier, and then cluster bomb or maybe chain reaction for just the ultimate devastation per shot could be really, really interesting. And so guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed, found this informative, and if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.